YouTube, today we are reacting to Daily News by Dylan Page, alright? We're gonna see the craziest stories, the most interesting things, and commentate about it, alright? Let's get to it.
Oh, since we last spoke, the man walking the longest unbroken path around the Earth has just reached his final stretch after 27 years. YouTubers like Penguin Zero are furious over the new age verification laws changing the internet. The Grand Canyon is on fire. They found radioactive wasps and
No. Okay. Other three things, crazy, but typical week. Radioactive wasp though? What the hell? How does that happen? What?
Has just brought back
what type of MCU type of universe type of bullshit is that?
After they were abolished. All of that and so much more.
Wasps were already bad enough to begin with. Now they're radioactive? What?
Subscribe to the channel if you want to go into the weekend feeling like a loyal citizen. And let's stop the yapping and let's go rockin'!
Okay. Why the whip? Mr. Page, why are we using a whip? Or a belt? I'm scared now, bro. Got flashbacks from my ancestors.
I've been waiting to talk about this story because this man is about to become the first person in history to walk a completely unbroken path around Earth. And after 27 years of walking...
I'm sorry. How the fuck is that possible? You just walking from Japan or Australia all the way to England? How is that even possible, bro? Like, how much time did that take?
He's now on the final stretch. God
what?
Damn!
Did your feet not fall off?
He started walking all the way back in 1998 from the very tip of South America in Chile.
1998?
And he planned to walk all the way back home to the UK without breaking the mission's only 2
Brother, you spent 27 years doing that? 27 years of your life walking. Mind you, by the way, chat, if it's loud, let me know. If it's too loud, let me know.
1, he cannot use any transportation to advance, meaning no planes, no trains, no cars, whatever. And 2, he's not allowed to return home until he arrives on foot.
So he hasn't been home for 27 years?
How bro hasn't died yet is nothing short of a miracle.
That's insane dedication, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Made it through the big 3. The first is the Darien Gap, which is this remote roadless emphasis on that area between Colombia and Panama, and it is commonly known as the most dangerous stretch of jungle in the world. Not only
walk through straight jungle,
with deadly animals, swamps, gangs, and smugglers, but he was also walking through there when Colombia was in an active war. And he is one of the coldest people of all time. What are you talking about? You walk through the jungle during an active war? That's apparently like one of the most dangerous things in the world. Like, what? Point, he said that he had to sneak through freaking front lines as there was fighting. Now, the next time he
dedication is crazy. That's aura. I ain't gonna lie. Pure aura right there.
Modern history, again, to walk on foot from America to Russia on a frozen ice bridge called the Bering Strait.
Bro, I heard about that. Apparently, that's how the Native Americans got to America from like the Asian continent. How did he actually walked over that?
It took him 14 days of walking and swimming through freezing temperatures. And at one point, for God's sake, he got swept 52 miles north. Because remember, this Bering Strait, it's not frozen solid. So that means the ice still moves with the currents and the wind. But despite this, no, he doesn't die and he makes it to the other side.
The dedication to do that is crazy.
Russia,
I could never. I ain't gonna lie.
Arrested for multiple weeks. They hold him. They actually want to hold him for over 5 years. But
how would you arrest him? They held him for 5 years for walking?
To get released, but things are they're not cruisy from there. In fact, they might be worse. Because as he started to make his way through Asia, like Siberia, Mongolia, and China, the 2008 financial crisis hits. And he loses a bunch of very key sponsors that he was relying on financially. I mean, things got so rough to the point where there were days where he said he didn't even have food to eat. He said it was like choosing between having a coffee and having food some days.
What?
That's crazy.
Why would you put yourself through this, bro?
Edge of Asia that he would face
Who
his
dared him to
biggest
do this?
challenge yet. The Caspian Sea. Now, if he wanted to walk above it, he would have to enter Russia. You didn't want to do that. Last time he entered Russia wasn't good. And if you wanted to walk below
he
it,
lost a
then
bet.
he would have to enter Iran. Neither were good options.
But low-key, how much would somebody have to pay you to do something like this, bro? I'm not gonna lie. Spending 27 years of my life walking around the world, no home, having to stay in tents or hotels for like 27 years of my life, brother. There's not enough money in the world, bro.
In fact, he spent over a year in Turkmenistan trying to figure out how to advance. And once he realized the only way for him to continue was to swim across the Caspian Sea, Plan Crazy, which started as a joke,
he swam on
into Plan Reality.
Bro,
and
what?
So for the next
How do you swim over a sea? Is there not sharks or some shit?
He swims over 300 kilometers across the Caspian Sea, becoming the first person ever to do so. Bro is just full of records.
I'm not gonna lie, he's one of God's favorites. What are we talking about? Yo, that's
and that
crazy.
is despite him saying that he is a terrible swimmer and he hates it. Anyway, once he makes it through there, he continues across Azerbaijan, Turkey, and then just 2 months ago, in 2025 now, he officially enters Europe. That is his last continent and the final stretch in his near 3-decade journey. Bro, humans are insane. He has walked through pandemics. He has walked through wars. He has walked through the invention of the smartphone. He has walked through the sending up of a space station.
I ain't gonna lie, his grandpa, like his dad, grandfather, whatever lore, is gonna be insane. His kids are gonna love his story time, bro.
Wasn't even around when he
walked around the world.
I wasn't even alive. Bro has missed everything. In fact, he is expected to arrive after GTA 6. Nothing comes after... Honestly, if they don't make a movie about this man's life, I'ma be
You got
pissed.
to, bro, at that point.
Absolute awe and
what hasn't he
respect.
done?
Moving on. Okay, the next story has a lot of people very angry. Most notably, Penguin Zero. Bro has made multiple videos on this topic now, talking about how if he lived in the UK, considering what was going on here with the new age verification laws, he would move. Now, I actually live here.
I mean, okay. From what I've heard about the age verification laws, it's bad. But at the same time, it kind of makes sense it kind of makes sense when you think about it. There's a lot of like younger kids that be watching crazy shit on the internet. I'm not gonna lie. So making an age verification, it does kind of make sense, but the way they're going about it,
And yeah, fair. I can attest to most of the things that he's saying and that he's very angry about. But here's the thing. There's actually a lot more that he didn't cover. Because it's not just the UK. In fact,
I'm gonna still find a way. Yeah, and that's my thing. People are still gonna find a way to watch what they want to watch. So you're really just making it a little bit more difficult. But hey, it's kind of like when them Pornhub or like X videos make you say, yo, are you 18 before you like try to like, you feel me, try to ask if you're 18 before you watch. All you're gonna do is just click it and yes, and then go on. Like, ain't really gonna do nothing. I think they make you verify your ID, which I don't know.
No matter where you live, the internet is slowly starting to look very different for you in particular. For all of us, though. And let me show you why. In just the last couple of weeks alone, the UK passed a bill that requires everyone to prove their age if they want to access certain sensitive material online. And that includes apps like Reddit, Discord, X, Blue Sky. YouTube announced that they are going to use AI to estimate and predict a user's age so that they can add safeguards to the content that they're recommending them. Spotify announced that they're rolling out age verification in the
But like, okay, what does that mean though? Like, is it like, okay, let's say you're 14. Does that mean you're not going to be recommended like Logan Paul content or like, no, not Logan Paul. Who makes like crazy unfiltered content? Like an offending everybody video, you won't be recommended offending everybody video. What are you talking about?
UK, which could lead your account to be deleted.
They wouldn't be recommended to me? Honestly, at this point, probably not. I'm trying to clean it up, though.
You fail the checks. Xbox, they said that they're rolling out age verification,
Probably Moist because he cusses a lot. Yeah, he might be fried. No, you know what's fried? Gaming content creators. Yo, gaming content creators might be cooked because majority of their audience is kids. If they're playing like a scary game or like a gooner type of game, they might be fried.
Yeah, probably the most extreme out of all of them. They backtracked and they said, actually, we're adding YouTube to the long list of social media accounts and platforms that are going to be permanently banned for everyone under the age of 16.
What? That's suicide. What? Bro, do these countries not realize that most people who watch YouTube are under 16? Bro, that will literally be horrible for YouTube. What?
Flat out. Not like verify your age. Like, no, if you are under 16,
that's
you
so
cannot
stupid.
use social media. And while this does feel like this is all just happening so suddenly, this is actually the result of years of political pushing to make the internet safer for kids. For example,
which I agree with, but at the same time, banning it for people under 16, what are they going to watch? Like, just Twitch streamers? Like, what are they going to watch?
US, you haven't been safe. You've been doing the same thing. 24 states have passed online age verification laws semi-recently. Canada, Alex, looking at you, recently reintroduced an age verification bill called S209. France has passed similar legislation last year, only for it to be suspended to see if it matches up with EU law. But the point is, the list goes on with so many different countries. And the thing is, while the vast majority of people support making,
I'm gonna just use my mom account. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. People are just gonna use like their cousins or their dad's account to watch YouTube. People are still gonna watch YouTube. It's just they're just gonna have to take a different way.
That's harmful for minors.
People are still gonna watch it.
To actually happen, everyone needs to prove their age, not just the minors. So the privacy concerns are glaring. In fact, The Verge reports that some age verification platforms, they promise to erase your, data after a certain period of time. But there's
no, because that's another thing. Yo, if I submit my ID, you're not taking my data. Now you know my age, what I look like, my social security. That's scary, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That every
especially with these platforms, you can't really trust them for real.
And not to mention, private companies, they don't exactly have the best track record with your data. And data breaches, they're a pretty big thing.
They can probably sell it to Russia or something.
Either way you look at it, it really seems like the days of using the internet freely, without ID, especially if you're under the age of 18, well, those days are numbered.
Freedom is the power to say no. Alex, the editor, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yo, if that actually gets passed, us content creators might be fried, bro. Because, like, most content creators, majority of their audience is kids. Because that's who watches YouTube, bro. Y'all got the most free time. We kids. Yeah, I said we. I'm 19. I'm not 30. I'm not an unk. So I said we. But you feel me? Come on, man. What are we talking about?
Get with it or get...
Punch made definitely take my SSN.
What's the other option with get with it? Get under... No, that sounds sexual. I don't know. Get with it.
Hey, Dylan, you better lock in with the sexual stuff. You can't say that no more. YouTube not going to recommend your video, man.
Riot? No, don't riot. Or get a VPN.
19? Why y'all... Yo, I'm not a unk, bro. I refuse to be called a unk. Yo, I'm not a unk. Yo, ask the age of all of your other favorite content creators. They're over 20. I'm just 19. Bro, I'm still young. My knees still work.
Yeah, there you go.
19 low-key wild. 06 is what? How is being 19 considered unk now? How is that? Bro, I'm still a teen. What are you talking about? You don't reach unk status until you're at least 25. 25 at least. Yo, ask how old Yo-Yo, Stanley, Astro Dior, Berto, Young Dawn especially. That nigga old as shit. Tommy, Rai, Salah. Ask them how old they are. They're all above 23. I'm 19. What's so wrong? Kai Cenat blew up at 19. You feel me? I still got a chance. I still got some chances, man. Like, yo, relax.
Which actually is
Salah 21. That's cap. Yo, we're gonna look that up right now. I know he's not 21. I know he's not 20. I've met bro. He is not 21. That is such cap. Nah, fuck that. Hold on. I promise. He is 23 years old. He was born in Egypt? Damn, I didn't know that. Shit. 23 years old. 23. Let's look up Tommy. Because y'all not getting this off, bro. Y'all not getting this off. 22. Let's look at Rye. By the way, all of us being able to be looked up is kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie. 23. Yo-Yo. He's not on here? Punk ass nigga. Punk ass nigga. There we go. 24. Damn. 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 Stan. Let's look up Stanley, man. I'm doing this for everybody. I don't care. I don't care, man. I'm doing this for everybody. I'm doing this for everybody. Damn. Damn. And we'll do young Don. We'll do Don. Cause I know that nigga's old as fuck. Yeah, yo. That nigga old as shit. Okay, and now let's look me up. 19. I am 19. I remember when I first made this account, or no, I didn't make this. When they first DM'd me to put me on this shit, I was like 16. Don't play with me, chat. Don't play with me, bro.
Perfect segue to our next story. Moving on.
I just turned.
This next one is
Don 30 and his hairline hasn't receded yet. I'm not gonna lie. I need the method. I need the method, bro. I'm not
hilarious. VPNs are literally topping the app charts in the UK right now, even over ChatGPT. And I bet some of you know exactly why.
Y'all better get them VPNs, man.
For those who don't, basically, late last week, the UK government passed a bill blocking access to all sensitive content online for everyone.
Oh, y'all fried. Y'all UK Gooners are fried. Y'all need to call my cousin. I need to see if he's straight. That's devastating news for the Gooners. Let me stop. I ain't gonna lie, good news. I'm not gonna hold you. I think this is a good thing, bro. They need to just ban porn, period, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's too addicting, bro. It's worse than crack.
But you still can watch what you like, only if you provide proof you're over 18 by scanning your face, giving them your email so they can cross-reference it to your utility bills, or even by uploading your ID.
Oh, fuck no. Yo, I'm good. I don't trust no corn website with my ID, social security, or face. I don't trust none of that. And I'm not making an account either. Yeah, if that was me, if I was in the UK, I'm done. I'm retiring from the gooning, man. Hanging up the lotion and the paper towels and shit.
I probably don't need to explain why, but for those who are over 18, not wanting to submit your passport for,
T-App Part 2, it'll be worse.
And I'm even less surprised that Proton is topping the charts and that downloads of Proton VPN have had an hourly increase of 1,400%. I mean, you guys know by now that
y'all fiends, bro.
The empire because it was freaking founded
by
literal scientists at CERN, and it's the only one that keeps all of their servers in Switzerland, meaning they're protected by some of the strongest privacy laws in the world. So Proton literally cannot hand over your data, even if they wanted to. And guess what? Proton is so much more than just Proton.
Hold on. Is this an ad? This sounds like an ad. Yep. W ad, though. I didn't catch on until like 10 seconds into the ad. I'm not gonna lie. W ad, I'm not gonna lie. W ad placement.
To you, a 20.
I almost want to watch through this shit, but I'm not.
You're welcome. Moving on.
I am not.
Australia made history after they launched their first orbital space rocket ever. And it only lasted 14 seconds before miserably crashed.
I ain't gonna lie. That gotta be the saddest takeoff I've ever seen. What?
But surprisingly, I guess silver linings. This
only lasted 14 seconds. Haven't heard that before.
This company is persistently positive. The company behind the rocket,
like Cloud in Bed. I would. Let's just get this shit clear. I last for hours. Don't play me like that. All right? We can ask anybody. I last for hours.
Gilmore Space Technology, not to be confused with Happy Gilmore, well, they still consider it a massive success. Because to be fair, not only is this the first Australian-made orbital rocket to be launched from Australia, but it was actually the first of any rocket made from any country to be launched in Australia for over 50 years. So, actually, it's kind of disappointing it only did 50.
Wait, they spent 15 years making it and it only lasted 15 seconds. Jeez Louise, man, that is a failure. That is a failure.
it's a success, according to them. In fact, afterwards, the company made a statement which...
Can you put your foot on the camera for a Lamar Jackson edit?
We hit every objective, even with only 14 seconds.
I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit.
All in time to clock off before Smoko. Moving on. Also this week, bro, the Grand Canyon is on fire. In fact, it's been on fire for almost a month. And I'm only hearing about it this week. Crazy.
Yo, American news is terrible. How did he find out about this before us? The Grand Canyon's on fire? What? They'll tell us bullshit. All types of bullshit. About Sydney Sweeney, Cardi B. All of this bullshit that I don't need to know. But when we actually have important news, now y'all want to be quiet? The Grand Canyon's on fire? What?
But it's not even small either, because over 1,000 firefighters are being trying to contain two fires.
1,000 firefighters, I'm just hearing about
Sage. This. We'll get to that. And the other called Dragon Bravo. Kind of two cool.
100,000 acres? What?
Cool names, by the way. And they're both on and around the North Rim. Fun fact, I've been to... A lot of people have been there, so I thought I was going to be cool.
I haven't. I need to go.
So far, they have burnt the equivalent of over 113,000 football fields. They've destroyed nearly 100 structures, including the homes of park officials, a visitor center, a gas station, a water plant, and most, I guess, notably in the headlines, the historic Grand Canyon Lodge.
No.
Goodbye, gone. And the reason that you may or may not...
I didn't even know what it was 5 seconds ago, but I wanted to see that.
People freaking out about this situation on TikTok is because white sage, which I mentioned earlier, is apparently a sacred medicinal plant, often burnt by Native American tribes for cleansing and purification. Lord knows we need that now. And not just that, but authorities currently believe that both fires were started by lightning, believe it or not. Feels like Judgment Day is...
Yeah, God just not messing with us right now, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's about that time. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yo, we had an earthquake this week, a tsunami warning, a volcano erupted, and now the Grand Canyon's on fire, but because of 2 lightning strikes? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This shit kind of getting fried, huh?
Coming for us. Now, as for the actual white sage being burnt, I don't know if there is a significant portion. I'm sure some white sage got caught up in it. But the actual white sage fire is currently 83% contained, while Mr. Dragon Bravo, that fire is only 4% contained, and recent reports say that it expanded. It tripled in just 3 days. So I don't
And plus,
even know.
that's the desert, too, so it's just going to keep on going. Yeah,
So
they fry.
See you in August. Hopefully. Onward! Okay, so let me just remind you, because this week alone, we've had the 6th most powerful earthquake in history. We had tsunamis, a typhoon evacuating hundreds of thousands of people, a volcano eruption, and now, you ready for the 5th and hopefully final thing of the week? They found radioactive wasps.
How is that possible? How is that possible? I need an explanation. How is that possible? That shouldn't be allowed. Like, bro, that shouldn't be in the Matrix. It shouldn't even be in coding. How do they survive? How do they survive radioactivity? How can we die from radioactive waves, but wasp, the worst creature ever made besides mosquitoes, of course, survive that shit, bro?
Yeah, in the United States.
What?
This has got to go down in history as the weirdest Mother Nature week. I'm telling you, they don't want us to make it.
God, please do something
today.
Please.
They didn't want us to make it to August. So what did we do? We made it to August. Anyway, let me tell you about what's going on. So basically, workers at a former nuclear bomb site in South Carolina, didn't know they kept them there. Anyway, they came across a wasp's nest, which they sprayed, just to make sure they had killed anything that might be inside. And when they decided, just, give it a little testy westy, turns out the nest was so radioactive that it was 10 times higher than federal regulations allow.
What does that even mean?
I don't even want to know what was inside. Crazier part, though, is that they actually don't know
how did they survive?
where the wasps are. They didn't find any, and so they don't actually know if there are any from this nest flying around.
Nah, W-edit if y'all just seen that.
Also might be
W-edit.
radioactive.
I'm not
And the
gonna
thing
lie.
is, when they filed their report on this whole situation, a watchdog reviewed it and was pissed. They said that this report failed to explain what made this wasp's nest radioactive. Like, they didn't say what the source was, which is slightly concerning. And they also didn't specify how the wasps were exposed and if there are any more nests hidden around that might be of a concern. That's another thing.
This
that we
is
have to
very
deal with
concerning.
in life now. What's next? Flies with tuberculosis?
No, I seen somebody in chatted that mosquitoes with the West Nile virus have flown over to the U.S. How did West Nile's in Africa? How are they in America? That makes no sense. I don't think they should be able to fly over the ocean. How did they get here? Why? Why is everything happening in America, man? What?
I don't know if that joke was appropriate.
Because I don't even know what the West Nile virus is, but it just sounds like some shit that'll kill you. They took an airplane.
If you think it was. I feel like it might have been. I laughed about TB. But anyway, there's just another thing to add to the list of keep your head on the swivel for. Moving on. I feel like this week, sign of the times, wasn't it? So, to make sure here at the Empire we're protected,
booked a flight.
Good fortune. 3 sacrificial lambs. May these 3 precious citizens bring the Empire good luck and good fortune. On the wall! You'll notice I didn't take any bribes this week. I feel quite proud of myself.
They swam.
Our war lambs this week are extra sacrificial. They went under the Holy Grail.
Bro, yo, let me comment so I can get on this wall. I low-key want to get on this wall. You're the greatest. Pookie. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Hard eyes. Hopefully, yo, y'all go like this up. Hopefully he likes this shit and puts it on the wall. I hopefully.
Only he's know the real deal with
Glaze?
Bring the Empire good luck. No natural disasters taking us out now.
What the fuck? What did I just see? What? Did you just whip the wall?
Bring the
Why? Jeepers.
Empire good luck. No natural disasters.
On second thought, I ain't gonna lie. Let me go ahead and, I don't want to get whipped. I ain't gonna lie. Let me go ahead and just, nah. What the fuck?
Taking us out now. Now, let's kick everyone's weekend off right with the one and only. Donald Trump just signed an executive order bringing back the presidential fitness test to public schools more than 13 years after it was abolished. And if you have no idea what that was, because this is news to me since...
Wasn't this the PACER test?
Or
did we still have that?
American, but apparently all the way back
I was
since
still
the
private school. I didn't go to public.
60s,
I don't know.
Kids have been doing this at public schools in America, and it was started so they could measure young Americans' fitness levels with events like push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, shuttle runs, sit and reach, which is stretching, and a timed mile.
The fat asses are
Obama
cooked.
came along and he said, nah, this isn't appropriate for the new age. And he scrapped it and replaced it with Presidential Youth Fitness Program, which focuses much more on the completion of individual fitness and health-related goals. So not really competition anymore. But Trump said...
Yeah, y'all big backs are fried, man. Y'all people who be getting the extra milks and the extra honey buns at lunch, bro, y'all fried, man. Y'all better lock in.
Nah, we're bringing it back. And honestly, the way that this is being covered in the media, it's like he's brought torture to schools. Time magazine wrote,
man, Trump
that the presidential fitness test risks humiliating students who are unable to meet the criteria, potentially fostering a culture of body shaming in schools.
Can I say an unpopular opinion? Twitch, first off. Yay, inclusion. Nay, body shaming. But at the same time, if we really want to progress as a country, you feel me? You know, we gotta make sure everybody's at peak pop fake. You know, I ain't saying, you feel me? I love everybody at their natural size. You feel me? You do whatever, but at the same time, promoting healthy living, working out, you know, eating healthy, ain't a bad thing. I'm gonna be honest.
Now, if you currently are in America...
And I don't think it's really going to promote body shaming, bro. Being active as a human being is what you're supposed to do. If you're not being active, going to the gym, hey, man, you feel me? That's what you're supposed to do. So that's all I've got to say about that.
Very interested to hear your thoughts on whether you're fine with this coming back.
Cloud, do you support 600 pounds? You know. I absolutely... Yo, what the fuck? Can you put your lips near the camera for a Carl Nassib edit? Ain't that the gay football player? Why would I do that? Okay, let me. What? Anyways, do you support 600-pound people? No. And the reason why I say that is 600 pounds is not a healthy weight. I support healthy fat. I don't support, like, you feel me, life-threatening fat. That's too much. That's all I'm finna say. Anything over 400 pounds is crazy. I'm gonna be honest. I don't care what size you are. Anything over 400 pounds is crazy. All right, you need to get to the gym. Appreciate you, Big Mo, for the sub. Let me get the wheel spinning real quick. Let's actually do this after the video. Yeah, ADHD is calling. Let's get to it.
So, next, Google has to pay a man in Argentina $12,500 after they took a picture of him naked in his back garden. What the hell?
Wait, what did I just hear?
After they took a Next, Google has to pay a man in Argentina $12,500 after they took a picture of him naked in his back garden.
Okay, there's so many questions. I don't even know which one to get to first. But, first of all, why the fuck are you naked in your backyard? What could you possibly be doing in your backyard to require no clothes? What? Second off, how much did they pay him again? Hold on, let me check.
You hate it? Let me naked in his no. Next, Google has to pay a man in Argentina $12,500 after they took a
$12,500. Y'all think what I'm thinking? Hey man, yo, Google. Hey, come over here to Nashville, Tennessee and take some pictures, man. I ain't gonna lie. I got a surprise waiting for y'all, bro. Let's get to it. I ain't gonna lie.
A picture of him
I ain't gonna lie.
In his back.
That sounds like a new method to me.
What the hell? Now, this man is actually a local cop, and he was outside trying to take a little bit of nakey time behind his 6-foot walls. Six foot? So it's like similar height to me. I'm just trying to, for reference.
Okay.
I could probably peer over that. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, like, why can't you just do this in your house? Or maybe not at all? Like, what?
So Google Street View rolled past and accidentally captured him bare booty cheeked. But also, to make matters worse, they also captured his street name, house number, and all of that good stuff. Local media, they discovered
I mean, low-key, if you got a slong on you, this could be great advertising. I'm just gonna keep it a beam. You feel me? You feel me? Look at it. You gotta make the best out of the situation. But at the same time, I wouldn't want to be big buddy boot bot. You feel me?
They
naked
blew it up.
on
It
Google.
gained social media virality, and he was so embarrassed, as most people would be, he sued Google.
Cloud, let this happen. Why do you want me to let this happen, Bree? Why do you want this to why you want this to happen to me? You got something you want to tell me, bro?
Denied him, and they said basically, bro, maybe don't go into your garden naked. But he thought, that's ridiculous. I'm appealing.
OF girl's dream.
And then the second judge was actually like, fair enough. Normally Google, blurs out number plates and things like that. So they happened to miss an entire schlong. Or maybe it wasn't a schlong, and maybe that's why they missed it. But the point is, they should have blurred it. They didn't. And they awarded the man $12,500.
Sounds like a new method to me.
Next, an amusement ride. Actually, this one is hard.
I hate these. I already know what he's finna say. I hate these rides with a passion for this exact reason. Because every single time, I seen a video on his timeline of like one of these rides malfunctioning, whatever it is. And it just went all the way up and just broke. And like, people died, I think. Never going on it again.
For a bull to watch, so discretion. But an amusement ride in Saudi Arabia snapped, injuring.
No. I can't see the rest of that.
Where it
I can't see the rest of that.
slams into the pillars. R.I.P. their legs, but not R.I.P. in general.
Oh,
there are a couple, 3 of them that were.
Yo, they got lucky as shit. Yo, that could have been way worse.
Injured critically, and a bunch were rushed to hospital, so hopefully they get well soon, and the lawsuit...
The fact nobody died, God did. All I gotta say, God did.
Gotta go crazy. Next. Also this week...
That lawsuit gonna go crazy, though. Triple platinum. I know the lawyers looking at that video. Remember their hands and feet. They fighting to take that case, man. They finna get a bag.
World record for the longest stretch of lightning in recorded history. Ready?
Sheesh.
It measured a staggering 829 kilometers, which for perspective, that runs across 5 states and ranges all the way from East Texas to Missouri. If you were to drive that distance, it would take you no less than 8 hours. And if you were to fly in a commercial plane, at least an hour and a half. That's how long this single stretch of lightning was.
That's cool as shit.
Insane. Next. And then, for the last topic of the day, Jason Momoa shaved off his beard for the first time in 6 years. And holy, not gonna lie.
Bro, that was his whole, like, draw, though. What?
Bro looks like an entirely different person.
Why would he do that?
At least we now know that he holds 99.9% of his aura in his beard. In fact, one other person.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Let me go back. I thought that was AI, so I wasn't gonna comment about it. But yeah, aura lost, man. I'm not gonna lie. That nigga kind of, yo, he's chopped without this. Before he looked like a Greek god. Pause. But now he just looks like John. I'm gonna be honest. That's the best way I could put it.
Of his aura in his beard. In fact, one other person that might be doing the same is Alex.
Or Jason.
I mean, it is thick, bushy. And I would love to see what Alex, to see what you look like. So, can we all petition in the comments to get him to show us some pictures? Or, one better, Alex, what would it take for you to shave off your beard? Put it in black right now.
Oh, this is editor. I will shave my beard if Dylan doesn't shave. Until mine grows back.
Maybe we can rally together.
He's not doing. Yo, imagine seeing Dylan with a beard. Yo. But I think that's the end of the news. W little segment. What story was the craziest? I think, I'm not gonna lie. Yo, the Google camera taking a picture of old bro naked is the funniest for sure. The craziest is the radioactive mosquitoes, though. Hell no. Why is that even a thing? I hope they die. Shit. Heebie-jeebies. Oh. Hell no.